Good evening everyone, or good morning, I guess, depending on when you're watching this video. As I mentioned in my previous video, I'm going to be starting a web series on free-to-play games from Steam and other sources. And the first game that I'm going to talk about is Warframe, the game that I'm currently playing and the one I showed in my previous video introducing my idea of a web series, essentially. In Warframe, you play as a race called Tenno. They are ancestors to a previously extinct race called the Oricans that lived on Earth. The Oricans are the race that created the Warframes and the technology that can manufacture them, and technology to manufacture some of the weapons that you need to use in the game. And in the game, you essentially are using yourself or 3 other people, so it's a 4-person co-op game. There is no online, there's no PvP, it's only PvE. And the goal of the game is to listen to Lotus, the little head, per se, that popped up. She rescued you at the beginning. And she'll tell you objectives like capture someone, or recover someone, or explode the reactor. You know, I guess it's just like simple objectives, but the difficulty lays in getting to them and fighting all the enemies and collecting all the modules that you just saw that guy pick up and I'm picking up right now, and marking them so my teammates can all see them just in case they didn't pick them up. And that is about it. It's a 4-player co-op with upgrades called modules which you can upgrade your Warframe with, like extra shields. As you can see, I have like 500 health I think right now, 500 shields. That's only based on like modules that I've upgraded. Each Warframe has a different base value, but I don't think they deviate that much. Like, I'm using a beginner Warframe because I haven't purchased or built a newer one, and his ability is like Excalibur, like Sword of King Arthur, is pretty much running into people and slashing through them. That's his like #1 ability. Like, his primary ability per se is to dash forward super fast and slash through people in half. Most of the time you can instant kill most low enemies, but you know, like mini bosses or bosses, you can't instant kill. And his ultimate is a radial blast of spears in which it can like bloodily impale people halfway across the room, and that's pretty cool, but you kind of need a tank damage to get into a group of enemies. Right now I'm also using, I believe, a Boltor version 2. It's an upgraded Boltor from the one you begin with if you just begin the game basic. It has a lot of modules in it, so it's quite powerful. I'll explain modules in another video on like how upgrading them and using them, equipping them, which is kind of confusing since they removed the skill tree that it used to have for weapons and armor, or Warframe, sorry, and swords. And I'm using the axe, and I can't really remember what this axe is called right now, but it's kind of cool. It can slash through multiple like enemies that you would think that all other melee weapons could, but you know, game logic says a sword can't slash through multiple people, but an axe can. Well, it kind of makes sense, I guess, because an axe is going a hell of a lot heavier, and I don't know, it looks more badass slashing through people. But there's a trade-off. You hit a lot slower, and your recovery time, like once you like attack someone and then equip it or switch out a weapon, is a little slower. So I don't know if the DPS is as high if I was using my sword that you might see in other videos, but regardless. I'm also using a special pistol. This one was made. I bought a blueprint off the market that I will explain later, and it shoots like bolts that can like do a high amount of damage. I'm not sure if they're better against health or shields. I'm not really sure about that. I think health, since the RPMs aren't as high, so shields regenerate. And it can impale people against a wall. It's fun. It's a fun little tool. I kind of like using it because it can one-hit, because it does more damage than my rifle. It can one-hit enemies if you get a headshot, which there are headshots, and their heads most of the time come off or something. Like, there's special animations for that. And that's about it. That's all that I'm running with right now. The modules, I have no idea what I'm using because there's like 8 of them on my Warframe. I think like 4 of them on my pistol right now. And that guy is just freaking out like there's no more. Normally the game doesn't have glitches like that, but you know, they happen every so often when an enemy gets stuck. And yeah, that's one other thing. As you can see, there's like certain areas which there are windows. And if you break those windows, the atmosphere breaks in, you lose your shields. I've never died from it, I've never seen anyone die from it. And I am messing up this little puzzle and failing horribly. Regardless, my teammate opened the door and I'm allowed through. Or the blasters came down and cleared off, stopped making the vacuum. The vacuum can damage your shields. It may or may not be able to kill you, I'm not sure. But it also damages your enemies, so it is kind of useful, though it is more of an annoyance since it automatically makes you have to use that little mini game to unlock stuff. And that's it. That's Warframe. 4-player co-op, free to play off Steam. You just need to make an account for their website, and you're good to go. Let me know if you have any questions about it, and I'll be making more videos on the different aspects of Warframe. Alright, have a nice night, everyone.